2 weeks in a row, guys. Welcome back to another Flea Market Adventures. This is episode 22. And the stars aligned, the creator looked down on me and smiled, and I actually found some video games this week, as opposed to just finding toys. I don't want to complain because I enjoy finding toys, but it's nice to find some video games out at the flea market. So if you'll notice, it's a lot like last week. There wasn't a bunch of tables out yet, but you know, it's nice to see some people come out. I found an NES with 2 paddles on the table. I ask how much, they say 40, I counter with 30, and they immediately go to their phone and their price lists. Let's see who wins this battle. 2 turbo paddles on it. Just playing the waiting game while they check. Looking at the other table. And I got it for 30. So the positive spin on there not being a lot of tables at the flea market again for this week is that I actually get to rummage through the boxes and take my time. And there are a few little items that I'll show you at the end that I might have passed if there was a bunch of tables, if there was a lot more to look at. You know, I had more time to actually go through each thing and see if there was anything in there that I wanted for the collection. Because there was only a few tables, we decided to head back to our town to check out the other flea market, but before we left they had some carnival-style games, and we let Arkham Bella try her luck at shooting the wiffle ball in, and you have to get it into a certain amount of colored cups to win your prize. And look at my girl go. She's doing pretty great. She won herself 2 toys.
Throw it hard.
Good.
Yay.
No.
Look at my little champ with her toys. Way to go, Toots. So we get back to our town, Gothnawage, and we go to the Little Host Flea Market. This one as well is starting off small. You can see there wasn't a bunch of tables, but there was a few things to see. A couple of N64 and Super Nintendo games which were crazily overpriced, and a few wrestlers which actually the lady wound up not wanting to sell them to me. The next day, the Sunday, was pretty rainy, so I decided to go check out the thrift shop on my way to pick up some coffee and breakfast for the girls. They were sleeping in, that's what they like to do on the weekends, and I am an early riser. Let me know down in the comments, are you one of those people that wake up 6 in the morning on a weekend anyway and you head out? So, you know, I always have to come check this place. I know we've seen this type of footage before, and I've always got to check their toy shelves, and I've always got to check the video game side, and they actually have some pretty good sporting equipment. You can get a decent set of golf clubs and you know, hockey and football equipment. Gently used, but you know, it'll hold up. Anyone into Nerf guns? And persistence pays off. They were finally doing their 50% off, so I grabbed a $20 game and a $5 game and only paid $12.50. On my way out, I stopped at Microjeu to see what they had quickly, and a Game & Watch Mario Bros. From the 80s. They were asking 99 bucks for it. Really nice collector's piece, but you know, not for me, not for $100. But you know, I want to show it to you guys, so they let me take it out of the display case, and it looks very clean. So guys, it's pickup time. All the stuff that I picked up from the last week and a half. And before we start, I did play Starlink. It's awesome. A 1984 LJN WWF wrestling figure of Andre the Giant. I've always wanted one of these. I hadn't had one when I was a child, and I'm happy to pick this guy up. Spending $10 for this figure wasn't a problem. 1993's Biker Mice from Mars. This is Throttle. I got him for $1. Completely die-cast, well, except for his arms and the stickers. This is LOCO. He is the second GOBOT I've picked up in back-to-back weeks. Like I had mentioned before, I'm more of a Transformers guy, but I still have place on my shelves for GOBOTS, and you know, a little figure, pretty cool. I spent $4 on him, more than I'd usually want to spend on a figure this size, but you know, I've never seen him before. I think I vaguely remember him from the GOBOT cartoon, and I know I've seen him in pictures on Google before, but this is my first LOCO. And then here he is in train mode. Very easy transformation. You push his arms in and you flip his legs over at the hips. And LOCO means crazy in Spanish, right? Yeah, it means crazy in Spanish, right? I'm sure they were just going short for locomotive, but I wonder if anyone thought about that back in the day. From that mini flea market, $4 NFL BLITZ. I surprisingly must have sold my 2 copies at one of the last retro shows because I went through all of my N64 games. I didn't have NFL BLITZ. The N64 box games, he said he was asking $5 per sports game, and he counted wrestling as sports games. You know, for a pretty nice looking box, the manual and the game inside, it is complete. I wouldn't have a problem spending $5 on these titles, but I made my deal and I got 5 games for $25. So Ken Griffey's Slugfest, had a hard time reading that backwards. We have WCW Nitro. This one has the manual and the game, but it doesn't have the little cardboard coffin on the inside. These must have all come from retail stores because they have the Velcro sticker on it. This is All-Star Baseball 99. And to round it out, we got WCW Mayhem, all boxed. And the boxes are in pretty good shape, but what I did today was I ran out and I picked up some EV Retro plastic sleeve protectors. I like to put these on my games because they protect the box, obviously. Like, I'll give you an example. One that's already boxed is the Karate Kid. And this box was in pretty bad shape. The seals are bad. Like, this box wouldn't last too much longer. Doesn't look good on a shelf, and even just the weight of it starts to crush it. But now in this plastic cover, super protective, lasts a long time. And you can also display some of your quote-unquote better games. So this is The Legend of Zelda, another box one. And this one, too, was also, you know, it's have some wear and tear. It's showing it's 30 plus years, so now in here, nice and safe. So I picked this up for $35. You get 25 sleeves, which to me is a pretty good deal because you go to any retro shows and they usually range between $1.50 and $2.50 per single sleeve, unless you're buying the packs like that. The 5th game, although it wasn't boxed, it came with the case, and it's got a nice little plastic thing in there to hold your game in place. I'll probably put my Conker's Adventure in that one. I guess that's my top tier N64 game. It'll go in this case. And this is Extreme G, and that sticker tells me that it was from a Videotron. A lot of the Videotrons in my area have been closing down, and that was always a good movie video game rental and a place that I used to like to buy my retro games. There's only a handful left in my area. I found those 4 mini motorcycle license plates. They were all from the States. There was like Florida, Minnesota, Pennsylvania. I can't remember the 4th one off the top of my head, but I called my dad and I said, hey, I got a challenge for you since my parents went to the yard sales. I said, find something for me, anything $10. I found something cool for you for $10 and we'll trade tomorrow. So he says, okay, challenge accepted. So I gave him the plates yesterday. He was happy to have them. He likes to put them on his bike. My father's a motorcycle enthusiast, and he's got a lot of bikes, and he likes to put them on or hang them up in his garage. So my father found for me, he got a deal from one of my friends are telling me already that these are pretty choice wrestling figures to have. So these are the classic superstars. We have the Ultimate Warrior, my childhood favorite, along with Roddy Piper, and another childhood favorite, Shawn Michaels. So these 3 are gonna stay in the collection. I'm not reselling them. I'm not doing anything with them just because they're super cool and they were part of a challenge trade. Well played, Father. And what's a flea market adventure if I don't find an NES and Nintendo Entertainment System? I'll probably find between 3 and 10 per year. I like to clean them up, make sure they're working, pair them with paddles, the proper power support, and the AV cords. I'll put a game in it, and then I like to sell them, trade them off. And this will probably be sold at the upcoming retro sale thing that I'm going to be doing in September. And it came with these third-party controllers, the turbo card, they had the turbo button. I am definitely going to keep these controllers, but a nice Nintendo. Like you saw in the video at the beginning, they wanted 40 for it. I threw her 30, and then I had to wait. She had to go talk to the other table. She checked the pages. One guy was checking it on eBay. I don't know why I'm saying eBay. She went to go check it on eBay. Ultimately, I got it for the $30, and what had actually happened was that they were a pair table that worked together, and what they were doing was they were just checking, you know, like, they dig this stuff out, like they'll buy it for, say, $20, and they just want to make sure that they make a little bit of money on it. That I'm fine with. It'd be different if they were actually on eBay or Amazon and they were trying to find the highest price. I understand that some of these people go out and that's how they make their living, buying these storage lockers or selling their wares at the flea market, so I was perfectly fine with that. And for $30, it's a very clean NES. From Walmart liquidation, I got a Transformers G1 reissue of Hot Rod. I picked one up already when they had first come out, and I believe they were $39 when they came out. On liquidation, he was the last one. He was $9. And the Optimus Primes are down from $79. They're down to $49 now. So if I wait a little longer, I'll probably pick another one up. Although I do actually have a G1 Optimus. And then today's pickups on this Monday Memorial Day, I went out to get breakfast for the girls. I let them sleep in, and I stopped at the thrift shop. So a couple of things I did pick up. We found the Bartman. This is from Matt Groening Productions, 2015, so it is a new one. It's only 4 years old, but, you know, like many people of my age and that age range, we were big Simpsons fans back in the day, and Bartman was pretty cool in the early 90s. Found me an NES game, Captain Planet, and I waited it out. This was priced at $20 for about a month and a half in their glass display case. Today I picked it up for $10. Super Caesar's Palace for the SNES. Again, it's got a $5 sticker on it, but it was their half off day, so I got this for $2.50. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey on the N64. It's got a $1 sticker on it, so I got it for 50 cents. And I already peeled this up. This is painter's tape, so this is okay to put on labels usually, but I can see why they put it right there because the label is completely gone. You're only getting half the great one right there. Funny story for the VHSs, they have a free to take whatever they can't sell or stuff that might be even more damaged than what they could sell in a thrift store. Right in the front room as you walk in, there's like a little entrance before you actually get into the building. And I looked down and they had Jaws on VHS, so I'm like, I'll grab that on the way out. I was in there for about 10-15 minutes. I came out, it was gone. I guess somebody had the same idea, but I did grab 3 VHS. So this is Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. This is Star Trek The Motion Picture, and then we have Star Trek Generations. I myself am not a huge Star Trek fan per se, but I do have a friend who's really big into Star Trek, so I'm hoping that he can use this for his collection. I hope it's something that he will like, and I'm just gonna pass by and see if he wants to get it. And I won't say his name, but he recently got out of the hospital after, you know, a semi-serious surgery, so I hope he's feeling a lot better, and if you're watching, buddy, thinking about you. Along with the EVO plastic protectors for the games, when I stopped at Microjou, I also picked up a copy of World War Z on PlayStation 4. I saw there was a price drop from $79 down to $50, and they're going for $50 in eBay and Walmart right now. And the good gain at Microjou is already selling it for $40. So as soon as I am done Starlink, which I am enjoying, I want to buy more parts for my ship already. It is a fun game. I don't know why the price went down so crazy. If you find it for $20 like I did, buy it. But when I'm done with that, definitely World War Z will be next that I play on the PS4. I grabbed 4 DVDs, all animated ones. So this is X-Men Evolution. I remember this one. I was a teenager when this came out on Fox Kids, WB right up at the corner, WB Kids, but I do remember it. I was a teenager when it came out. I can remember a few episodes. It wasn't too bad. Todd McFarlane's Spawn, you know, I liked the live action. I don't know how you felt about it. Let me know down in the comments. But this one was far superior. This animated one, this was really good. It was dark. That's what you wanted out of a Spawn movie. The Real Ghostbusters, this one comes with 4 random episodes on it. Night Game, The Bird of Kildarby, Lost and Foundry, and Kilowatt. This was a real favorite of mine when I was a kid. And last, this is Hellboy, Blood and Iron, and it's even voiced by Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, and some of the other characters from the movies. Not the new reboot. I haven't seen it yet. Let me know down in the comments too if you've seen that Hellboy. Is it worth it? Is it any good? And that's going to do it for another flea market adventures. 22 flea market adventures. You know, that's this is probably my favorite series to do alongside the obscure toy lines. And you know, if things work out, I'm hoping to get to episode 25 by the end of the summer. We're hoping to get out to the flea market a few more times, like I mentioned, and I want to do a lot more live footage of me actually finding stuff at yard sales, because that's what I really like to do. And as always, guys, I appreciate your time checking out the video, and you know, I'll see you next time. Oh, also, guys, in the comments, don't forget to tell me what you thought of my pickups and also what you picked up last week. I'd love to hear from you.